My hat. So today I got called an urban cowboy.
That's code for black. You know that, right?
I know. I was like, is that a black joke? I slightly feel offended, but then at the same time, I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
You know what I'm thinking?
No.
Howdy, domestic partner.
Oh, Jesus. Why is it so much funnier when Karen says it?
It's not.
Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of Relationship, the after show for our podcast Relationship. We are your hosts, the Critellis. I'm Marco.
And I'm Tony.
How's it going, everyone? So sorry we're a teeny bit late. Life happened and we weren't really able to record another episode of Relationship, but we're here and we've got our wine and our vodka soda. And so we're really in that cup, really?
It's from Wicked.
In that cup? You haven't even seen Wicked.
It's still from Wicked.
Either way it goes. Welcome back. So, on this week's episode, we dove into the second part of our deep dive into whether or not love is enough.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
It's never enough. So if you guys caught up on the episode last week, you heard us go through the second part of everything and go back and rate each other again. You did better this second time around.
You were just feeling more generous.
Yeah, I know. I felt really bad for telling you that you were mediocre.
You never feel bad.
So it's just very interesting. So we talked through it. What were some of the questions that we asked that you were super fascinated by?
Well, there was one that I enjoyed immensely experiencing, which was an ability to face your aging and death and the aging of death of others without acting out destructively towards yourself or others.
Okay.
And I enjoyed harassing you on that one. You don't handle the concept of aging super well.
That's not true.
You don't want to age.
That's not true either. I joke about it because it's funny, and I do feel like I should be on the revival of Death Becomes Her. I think it would be great.
And I wear aging like a badge of honor. And we talked about how we haven't gone through a death together. We both had significant deaths, but we haven't gone through a really hard one together.
Sure. Yeah, I thought that was super fascinating. I didn't, and for the record, I know that I'm going to age, so I have no problem with it. I'm just not okay with my body feeling old. That's the issue I have with waking up and getting out of bed and feeling like every bone in your body is getting ready to crack and fall apart.
It's going to happen.
That's not cute.
It's going to happen.
So I got to get that together.
It's life.
But it's whatever. I'm okay with aging. It's what has to happen. The one that I thought was super fascinating was number 28, which was an ability to let go of pain from the past, forgive yourself or others, and refocus on the present moment. I thought this was super interesting, and even after we talked about it, I thought about it a little bit because, as I've said before, my past, while brilliant and things like my adult past, beat me up a little bit. There were some moments that were really, really challenging, and there were friendships, may they rest in peace, that don't exist anymore. And I have a habit of dwelling in the past, but I'm happy that I'm working on moving forward. So that was really good. So I thought that was very interesting. And then at the end of it, what did you gather from all of this? Is love ever enough?
Love is enough to fuel what you need to do and build to make a lasting relationship. That's what it means to me. Love in and of itself is not enough. It is the fuel. It is the direction. It is the drive. It is the desire.
It's a good place to start.
It's not the means, though.
No,
I'm sorry. It is the means. It's not the end.
It's not the end. No, it's a good place to start, and I think that it's it helps. It definitely helps.
Yeah.
I think it's good. So let's get into the second part of our listener situation, huh? We have that second question going on.
Let's do it.
So why don't you read?
Okay. I can read.
Yay.
Hi guys, my name is Tom and I have kind of a basic question for you. Well, that's fine because according to Marco, I'm basic. So I'm not great with meeting guys.
It quacks like a basic duck.
I'm not great with meeting guys and I want to be better at it. I don't go out very often, and I find it hard to talk with people I don't know. I only have a couple of friends, and they are both people that I used to work with, literally a couple. I don't see them very often either, but I really want a boyfriend or even just a date. Any advice? Yes. So the I don't go out very often, yeah, you have to change that. Like, even in the age of apps and
Tinder and Grindr and Scruff
and all that,
Bumble
and the,
Hinge and all that,
and the 40 others that I don't know that apparently you do. Even in that age, like, basic social skills, like, they go a long way. As a person who doesn't have a ton of them, I can tell you that they are very important. And stop shaking your head. Yes.
Just agreeing with what you're saying.
The fact that you only have a couple of friends and they're both from work, like, you need to expand your social circles. This is what I tell a lot of my single friends who are having difficulty with meeting someone is stop going out to try and meet someone. Go out to do things that are of interest to you. Depending on where you live, I always plug Meetup, cut that check. Go to things that you find interesting, and then just be comfortable with knowing that because there's people there who have the same interest as you, you all have something in common and you can talk to them. And if you have difficulty with that, one little trick that I do suggest is find the person who's the least intimidating to you and go talk to them and practice that way.
Yeah.
That's a nice little trick.
Yeah, I think that dating is going to be difficult, and there's never going to be a point in which it is going to be simple, I promise you right now. But I think the best thing, kind of to Tony's point, is to just go out there and try to do it. Get your hands a little bit dirty with figuring it out.
Or other parts of your anatomy.
Sure, why not? But go ahead and try, put forth the effort, and then see what comes of it. But you got to go out there, and you can't just have a couple of people. Like, you can't be a homebody. You can't just sit around and think that it's just going to come to you. You have to actually go work for it. So I would just challenge you to get out there. And I know that's easier said than done, but much to Tony's point, go experience things, go do something that's fun or exciting or really cool that you enjoy, and see what happens when you go out there, because I can promise you'll meet somebody else that's either equally or more awkward than you are, and is really excited to get to know you too and potentially figure all of that out. So go have fun, see what happens, and then just move from there. I think that's the best way to go about doing. But again, I'm making it sound super simple. We make it sound so easy, but it's not. But you just have to put forth the effort.
Good luck, and let us know how it goes.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of Relation Chat. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us. We will get better at posting this every week, we promise. But definitely join us every week after we post this week's episode of Relationship, the podcast, on Apple Tunes and all other amazing podcast platforms. We will definitely see you all next week for another discussion of the podcast for the week, and another listener situation question that we're going to read here with you all. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye for now.
Take care.